alive 3-6 on my last NBA picks on the last game of the season. Back with my best bets in the NBA for April 16th. We will be discussing the play-in tournament games for today. Well, the first game at least. The Lakers taking on the Sacramento Kings. All right. First up in that game, I don't have no thought on the total. I did hear my boy Crispy Captain say he likes the over in that game. And personally, I lean the Lakers plus the one and or on the money line. And I feel like the books do as well. As you can see, the Lakers were plus money on the money line earlier, and now it's slightly trickled down. Pretty much a pick 'em, but I like the Lakers. All right, but that's not really my Matt Forte. Props is, you know what I'm saying. Props is what I do. For the most part. So let's get into my looks for the day, and then we'll get into my leans, and then I'll probably see y'all a little later with some hockey and Sacramento and Golden State game. All right, first up, this is not my play. This is a play that I'm telling from Dream at Mr. Dreamy One. It is AD over 2.5 assists. The Pelicans allow the fourth most assists to centers. Anthony Davis. I didn't write his assist line down, but I can find it right quick. Boom, boom, boom. All right, what we say? Anthony Davis assists. Anthony Davis has had 3 assists or more in his last 7 out of 8 versus the Pelicans, and he's also hit this line in his last 4 straight games with 4, 3, 5, and 3 assists. So shout out to my dog Dream. I'm definitely going to be tailing that one. All right, back to my official plays. I like this one, man. I like this one. Anthony Davis under 1 3-pointer made. He's had 2, 1, and 1 3-pointers attempted in his last 4 games versus the Pelicans. He hasn't hit a 3 in his last 4 games versus the Pelicans. So he might shoot one, you know what I'm saying? And we just hoping for a miss. If he shoot one and miss it, I don't think he'll be shooting anymore. So first up, I'm going to be taking Anthony Davis under 1 3-pointer made. Next, this is like a little sneaky look. Give me Jose Alvarado of the New Orleans Pelicans, their backup point guard, over 6 points. He's hit this line in his last 4 out of 6, and he's cashed the line in the last 6 out of 7 versus the Los Angeles Lakers, who give up the second most points to point guards. All right, next up, of the Los Angeles Lakers, give me Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura of the Los Angeles Lakers, over 4.5 rebounds. He's hit this line in the last 6 straight. Hit this line in the last 5 out of 7 games. And, hit the line in the last 6 games straight. And he had 5 and 7 rebounds in the last 2 games versus the Pelicans. A lot of speculation on how many minutes Joe Val is going to play. Jonas Valanciunas of the Pelicans, with him averaging 20 minutes or less, and only playing 7 minutes in the last game. So I believe that is a sign of things to come. He's a defensive liability in this matchup, so I believe that they'll play Larry Nance more minutes. With that being said, the rebounds that he usually gets, anywhere from 6 to 10, depending on how many minutes he plays or more, I think that other guys are going to have to step up and get those rebounds. Obviously, the first person you would think would be Anthony Davis, but just looking off the numbers, I think that Hachimura and my boy Herb are definitely in line to pick up the slack. So give me Rui Hachimura over 5 rebounds, cashed this in his last 6 straight, 5 and 7 rebounds in the last 2 games versus the Pelicans. Next, Herb Jones, as aforementioned, over 3.5 rebounds. Hit this in the last 6 games straight as well. 4 and 5 rebounds the last 2 games versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Last but not least, give me LeBron over 8.5 assists. I believe the best place I saw was minus 140 over at Bet365. My bad, I haven't gave y'all the odds for these, but everything is fairly priced, I would like to say, besides 83 assists. Yeah, so LeBron over 8.5 assists, minus 140, Bet365. 9, 9, 12, 11, and 17 assists in 5 of his last 6 games. 14 and 17 assists in his last 2 games versus the Pelicans, and he's definitely on triple-double watch. Definitely could be a lateral spot. So, to running back, I'm telling my boy Dream on Anthony Davis over 2.5 assists. I'm running AD under 1 3-pointer made. Jose Alvarado over 5.5 points. I'm running Rui Hachimura over 4.5 rebounds, and Herb Jones over 3.5 rebounds. Also, last but not least, running LeBron over 8.5 assists. Let's call it 9. Now, I really like this game, so I'll have some builders and some parlays and whatnot. But first and foremost, I got some leans, then I got some looks, you know what I'm saying, that I can't wait to share with y'all. First one of those is going to be Brandon Ingram over 4.5 rebounds. He's hit this line in his last 7 out of 10 games, 5 and 7 rebounds in the last 2, and he's hit this line in his last 5 out of 7 versus. Next, Taurean Prince of the Los Angeles Lakers over 5.5 points. He's hit this line in his last 7 out of 10 games, and he's hit this line in his last 3 out of 4 versus the Pelicans. Next up, it's going to be a lot of Herb Jones in this portion. Herb Jones over 10.5 points. I know for a fact that's minus 108 at FanDuel. He's had 13 and 18 points in his last 2 games. 13, 13, and 18 points in his last 3 games versus the Lakers. Lakers allow the 13th most points to small forwards, which is his position. Next, Herb Jones over 1.5 3-pointers made. He's had 2 and 4 threes in his last 2 games. 3, 3, and 4 threes in his last 3 games versus the Lakers. Next up, Austin Reeves, AR-15, over 14.5 points. He's had 17, 20, 27, and 20 points in his last 4 games versus the Pelicans. I also like his over 2.5 threes. He's had 3 threes or more in his last 4 out of 5 versus the Pelicans, and 3 threes or more in his last 3 games straight up. My dog Daniel, man. Daniel always pull up to the live, man. Shout out to you, man. What's up, Daniel, man? Last but not least, this line that I'm looking at is CJ McCollum over 6 assists. You probably could get it at like some nasty odds, maybe like 160, 170 if you ordered it, and you could put it with something. But CJ McCollum over 6 assists. He's hit this line in his last 6 out of 8 versus the Lakers, and he's cashed his line in his last 2 out of 3 versus, and it's just straight up. So he's had 6 assists or more in his last 6 out of 8 versus the Lakers. Hit this line in his last 2 out of 3 games straight up. He's also had 5 assists in his last 7 out of 10. So, I mean, if you just wanted to aud him and put him in a parlay or take his 4 assists and maybe put it in a builder. All right. So these are my looks for the Lakers game, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I just ran my official plays back twice. And, you know, you can just run it back to get my leans, or meet me on Twitter. I'll probably just end up posting the info I got for my leans. All right, like, comment, and subscribe for your daily sports betting videos and analysis. Let's keep running them. As always, I'll see you tomorrow. In today's case, when I'm finally off from work, I'm going to look at some baseball. I'm going to look at some hockey, and I'm going to look at the Sacramento versus Golden State game. And I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace, love, and fish grease.